not every working actor.
You know, guys like Leo, he's not in it for the money anymore. The money is going to be there. He's in it to save the environment.
Yeah, as he flies around on his jets, right?
Yeah. Only the best. Only the most eco-friendly jet fuel available.
I'm just saying.
It's like in Fresh Prince when Hillary talks about they're doing the save the ozone thing and they're driving a big old bus around and they're going to go down to the beach and have a bonfire. And Will tries to point out the holes in that plan.
It's funny because she's the love interest for Play in that Class Act movie.
Ooh, nice one.
I know.
Are you talking about Kid and Play?
Yeah, bro. We got to put one of those. So not only the house party movies, but they did this movie called Class Act.
Play was a shorter dude.
Huh? Yeah, Play. Yeah, Play was the shorter. He was the darker skinned dude. Yeah, and then Kid is
smart to play on like the high school and college like type of plots there because who doesn't love a fun high school like party movie or college?
Well, think about this. So they were originally supposed to cast Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, but New Line Cinema they had shot. They're the ones that did Nightmare on Elm Street, and so here's Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, and they do a music video where it's Nightmare on My Street, and they're parodying a bunch of things from the movie. So New Line Cinema, this is before they were a major. I think they were still independent at the time. They might have had major studio backing already, but either way, they sue the act. They sue Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff. So then here comes their agent or whatever. He's like, hey, we got a script for you guys. And he's like, oh, this is from New Line Cinema. Man, they're trying to sue us. Fuck them. So Kid and Play, they gave it to Kid and Play, bruh. There you go. You want to know what else is crazy? Is Quincy Jones actually approached Kid and Play about this story, about these kids from the inner city moving out to LA to chase their dreams. But the reason they're moving out from the East Coast is because they're rough upbringing and they're gonna go live with their rich uncle. Sound familiar?
Yep.
It's kind of funny. It's funny because they swapped, right?
Oh yeah.
They swapped her. And then I also found out in that same interview, Tupac apparently was supposed to be in Independence Day, not Will Smith.
Like, yeah.
Hey, here's a story about a hurricane.
That's not a song, Bogey.
It is. It's the song about the actual boxer guy. You ever seen that movie Hurricane?
Yeah, Denzel. I know all about it.
Yeah, remember? Hey, here's a story about the man who came. We almost got to throw that on.
Who was that guy that starred with them? There was, Liev Schreiber. Heard of him?
No.
Yeah, he's in the Hurricane with Denzel.
Oh, he's one of the lawyers?
He just had some TV show out that's been out for 6 or 7 years called
one of the lawyers.
Detective or something.
Okay.
I'll have to look it up.
That is based on a true story. Those lawyers, they continued to this day, like getting fools out. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Yeah, I want to say I saw him on Rogan before, or at least one of the guys that was a part of that original team that helped get Hurricane out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a British dude that was in that. The guy from The Mummy.
Brother.
The mustache guy.
He's got dark hair is all I remember.
Yeah. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he did. Okay, so Liev Schreiber had this. Oh, Ray Donovan. Heard that show?
No.
Or Donovan, I think.
That sounds like a name I would trust, though. Let me call my lawyer, Donovan. He'll take care of this. I judge a lot in my own way. You know what I mean? I feel good about this. He has Don in his name. Is it 100 over there in Vegas?
Is it what?
Is it 100 over there?
Oh man, it's 120.
What about in LA?
LA feels like it's 92 or something.
Okay. That's 103 over here. I'm fucking dying.
Wait, what are you? Where you at?
I'm in the valley. I'm in the other valley up north.
No, what's the temp?
Oh, it's 103 right now.
103? It's that hot up there?
I'm a vagina though. Same.
You're what?
I'm a vagina.
That's what you said. I can't believe you say these things. So I have to think twice. Every time I think I hear you.
Hold on, let's break this down real quick. I'll make this quick. They always say, hey, you should grow a pair, right? Indicating, hey, man, have some balls, be a man. Vaginas, and this isn't a Bogey original. I'm not going to claim this, but this is facts. Vaginas are very tough. Those things can take a beating.
They stretch and stuff, right?
Balls are not made to take a pounding.
No.
No, balls you can
Matter
barely
of fact,
you get grazed in the right way, it hurts.
sometimes too, in my younger days, you know what I'm saying? When it get cold too, the balls just go hide right up in there.
I'm getting all scared of the cold.
They're like, shit, man, it's cold out there.
Speaking of that, Alex, I had this one chick years ago. She was messing with them, and I was sore for 4 days after.
Damn.
Felt like I got kicked in the nuts. She was a little rough. I was like, "What are you doing?"
She grabbed the balls like she was Lawrence Fishburne.
I didn't say she grabbed them, Bogey.
No, but you remember, you know those
doing something else with them.
those recycling balls,
Put
you
your
know what I
clothes.
mean? Or the relaxing balls.
Oh, those silver balls that people
Yeah.
like that with.
Hey, give me the relaxing balls, baby.
I just say she wasn't using her hand, Bogey.
Yeah, for sure. See, that's what I'm saying. Trying to suck the ball, out right out the sack, baby. I've actually been around like a real. I'm like one of my older homies is a real pimp, and then there's the bunch of his youngsters that were like actually even younger than me that are like still pimping to this day, and they'll tell a bitch, keep your head down. You know what I mean? It's a room full of dudes. And like you would think, listen, I'm not a pimp. I'm not gonna pretend I was ever one or want you, but we all acted like we were pimping. You know what I'm saying? And it boggled my mind because it's like, wouldn't you want all these dudes in here to be like, I want to fuck her? How much? You know what I mean? You want, no, but he's now keep your head down. And she's just in there, she's in there like this. Wouldn't talk to nobody.
Yeah, I guess it's totally different. Both types of women that we're talking about
here. Yeah, I'm just trying to talk about these hoes. We are talking about the same type of women, but that this is
the same type of women. It's different circles, but the same type of environment.
Different circumstance, definitely. You know what I mean?
A lot of money coming in from these athletes, and it's crazy. If we go back and we watch the movie, it's Broke on ESPN, one of their 30 for 30 movies. They talk about the website that they created, balleralert.com, because all these girls are trying to know when these big ballers are going out to these events.
Oh, sorry, all these girls are what?
Trying to figure out when these big ballers are going out just to the bar or whatever. So
they'll figure it out. They do. Because back in the day, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, when I was doing that thing, right? Like my friends and stuff, they were playing pro sports.
Yeah.
And the women, before social media, they knew where to go. They knew what bars to go to after the game. Yeah. They knew the visiting team. They knew what hotels they were staying at.
Yeah.
And then maybe after the game, was that?
This thing made it easier. And now it's a literal website you register for in whatever city.
And they will in droves.
Anybody's at any place.
Wow, that's amazing. Everything's just straight shot, convenient way to. It pretty much is like bending time.
Yeah. Get yourself in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. So it was hotels after the game, or it was a bar, or also restaurants. There's certain restaurants that a lot of the players go to.
Yeah.
And that was the accent. Now you got the fourth or fifth thing, whatever, is social media. Get the social media, and then you don't have to do all that stuff. You can just hit players up on social media or vice versa.
Yeah. Hey, I used to tell my girls, because I never was on social media like that until like I knew I could behave myself for real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just a regular person, so I couldn't even imagine for the motherfucking athlete. I remember when I first jumped on Facebook, I was making a Facebook girl like Bogard scot-free. I'm like, yeah, that's me. She's like, you should put your real name. I'm like, why? So motherfuckers can hit me up. Hey, bro, remember me from kindergarten? And we were I don't need motherfuckers finding me like that. You know what I mean? If they find me, it was meant to be found. I'm just meant to be found.
Nah, you don't want to put your real name, man. No way, man.
And then what's funny though is nowadays, so then somebody done been hacked my shit and I lost my shit like a decade ago. So then Hustle's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get on Facebook. So I make one and I'm trying to put Bogard Skyrim. You have to use a real name. It is a real name.
It's an AK name. You have 10 AK names if you want.
Shit, I got all Bogarnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I mean? That's one. They wouldn't let me do that one. It's like I was in the Terminator, bro. Lance Bogard Strong, one nut. They wouldn't let me do it. I always
one after they're down like water.
Like in hockey, you know how like in any sport you train, you practice, right? I always wondered this in hockey, like during practice, do they have a portion where you're like, there's a guy out there with the pads? Come on, put him up. You're on the skates.
With pads? What do you mean?
The guy has the pads. Come on, put him up.
Practicing fighting on the skates.
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? No. No, they fight for real, man.
Even in practice?
He's like, what
Yeah,
do you
because
mean?
the fighters have to practice fighting. Like, I'm not talking when the team's made, but when they're for tryouts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If
Well,
you're
they're
coming up,
squabbing.
if you're trying out, you gotta. If you're a
I
fighter, you
mean,
gotta fight.
because I mean, they're like, that's our next enforcer right there.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. They don't fight really in practice amongst themselves, but it's happened though.
No, but see, my point was
among
like,
team players.
in
Yeah, like
practice,
even
they have a guy out there that's like training with them when they're sparring on skates. You know what I mean? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, actually that's a good point they brought up, but they'll just do it for real because hockey is like one of the few, if only sport where fighting's allowed.
And it's like
Other than
it's
boxing.
unofficially part of the sport.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you say that it's allowed. I mean, I really, especially by the fans, I feel like it's encouraged.
I think
Well,
like
yeah,
the fans go there
absolutely.
for it.
Yeah,
I never fought when I played, but I was rough.
Hey, some
I
of the
was
most
body
popular
checking when I
guys
was
in
like
hockey,
5
man.
years old. It was rough.
Come on, some of the most popular guys in hockey aren't even the best players. They're like the enforcers. They're just whooping some ass.
those are the most fun guys.
They got no teeth.
Yeah, they got no teeth. You already know. They're one of
Oh, he's the baddest motherfucker on this team, ain't he? How many teeth you got? One? Oh shit. Our enforcer got two.
You know, it's funny. A lot of guys have their teeth now because
Because of
they
veneers.
get the visors now and stuff.
Oh yeah. And you know why? Because back in the days, it was like, oh, you're gonna wear a mouthpiece, pussy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, back in the days there was no helmet. Back
it
in the
was-
70s and
it was
80s,
like
these
leather,
guys never
right?
had helmets.
And plus, what's the first thing they do when they're about to fight anyway? Throw the gloves, spit the mouth guard out.
I don't think they
mean,
spit the mouth guard out though. I think it
They
usually
don't
gets
even
punched
have
out.
one. How you gonna talk shit with a mouth guard? So they say,
It's always
"Oh,
great seeing watching goalies fight though. Ever seen that?
shit, they got all the gear on. They got the most gear.
Yeah, but they'll throw it off. They'll start throwing. The fans go
It's like 4
crazy
minutes
when the
of them
goalies
taking the
fight.
gear off. Hold on, you stay right there.
One
Don't
guy I went
fucking
to,
move.
there's one guy I went to high school with. Yeah, he played for the Islanders. He was a
Hey, this
goalie.
motherfucker. And the audience is
Jamie.
going crazy. It's 10 minutes of them getting all their gear off before the goalies fight.
Yeah, the goalie they just rip their masks off and they go at it at center ice.
That hard.
No,
Okay.
I'd say it's funny, man. If you go to hockey in person, hockey's fun to watch, man. I don't care what
I mean,
anyone says.
I grew up in San Jose. We had in San Jose Sharks. I think their inception was what 91, 92. And,
Yeah,
they,
92. I remember
were
that.
basically giving the tickets away in the beginning to try to build the fan base. So, like my mom's company at the time, she worked for Silicon Graphics. They used to get tickets all the time, and we would go, and those games were dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at the Cow Palace, I think it was called, right?
Yep, the SAP, the SAP now is what they call it, the SAP.
Oh yeah,
Center.
it's a new arena though, right? It's a new
San
arena. I
Jose,
think.
something pavilion.
Isn't the Cow Palace? That's a different venue altogether.
Oh no,
right?
Cow Palace is Frisco, right? Sounds
Yeah.
no. Am I?
But that's
I'm-
what you're
I'm-
talking. No, you're talking.
Oh,
San
the one
Jose
San
used
Jose.
to play.
Yeah, what do
the
they
Sharks
call
used
it
to
now? I mean,
play-
they call it the Shark Tank, but it's the SAP Center now. Is I think is what they call
Yeah,
it.
it's a newer arena now.
Okay.
It's still the same one. Now I can remember. Still
No,
that
I think they
same
used the
joint.
Cow Palace until they got the new one built. So
Oh,
they used it for
okay.
like
That's
4 or
what you're
5 years.
saying. Okay,
Yeah.
see, I didn't know they played in the Cow Palace before. Okay,
Yeah, they
that's
did.
what you're saying.
Yeah, only for like briefly, because I remember that the guy Doug Wilson was the coach, and he used to play for Chicago.
Okay.
That's when I was watching sports. I knew all the football.
What's the
I watched
Chicago?
Super
The
Bowl,
Gliders?
hockey. Was that?
What's the Chicago? The Kings? Gliders? Blackhawks. Okay. See, I don't know shit about hockey
Yeah.
or baseball.
And Big Draft Energy said playing through CTE symptoms. Shout out Lawrence Taylor. I feel like everyone was playing through
The
CTE.
cocaine really numbs it though.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So
My agent gave out auditions for that, but I didn't do it because I didn't want to do the role that they offered.
which role did they
What was
offer?
the role?
Which role? was-
The one to wear a dress.
Oh.
Yeah, and the guy who did it was the shorter comedian. What's his name?
AJ Johnson?
No. Oh, I think Davidson did it. Tommy.
Oh, Tommy Davidson.
Does he? I think he plays
He
that
was the
character.
other main. He was the other main character.
Yeah. I think he did. I could be wrong though. Don't quote me on that.
I'm
But I
trying to
thought, but
think when-
anyway, but some actor did it, and then I didn't do the scene.
I can't remember whether the scene where there was a dude wearing.
I didn't do the audition.
Yeah, me neither. I really cannot remember that.
It came
wonder
out.
if
What the
it's- I
movie
wonder
came
if
out
it's
in?
the scene that
It
got
came
cut
out in
from the-
'97 or something.
Yeah.
I remember the movie. I'm just not remembering that scene.
Maybe they took it out. I just remember
So
that's what they,
maybe it's the scene that got cut when it was all said and done.
it might have, because I remember that was one of my first auditions, and so I remember that. I don't want to do that. I'm just getting started.
Good for you, Nelson.
Yeah, this is why I love you, Nelly. This is why I rock with you. You're a
Right
man.
now,
Of,
those kind of-
you're a man of moral integrity.
People wearing dresses. We've talked about that on multiple
Yeah,
shows.
we always laugh at people that do this shit, or at least I don't make exceptions. You know what I mean?
Well, it's too
Actually,
much
I
of a
do. I'm
thing,
lying. I
man.
make an exception for Martin Lawrence.
It's too much of a thing, and that's what's
Just
crazy.
like you'll make an exception for Kevin Hart. I'll make an exception for Martin Lawrence. He basically
Kevin Hart, no, not Kevin Hart. I would agree with Lawrence because he does that character,
And
right?
Jamie Foxx did
Jamie
the
Foxx does that, and then Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy.
yeah.
You do a character like that, but when you got what was his name?
Yeah, Kevin Hart
No,
didn't
what was
blow
that?
up.
Yeah,
He
Kevin
didn't blow
Hart.
up having to do that. So for him to do that on Saturday Night Live, I'm hoping that was like a joke.
See,
Maybe
well,
that
see,
was like a shot.
well,
at all
here's the
the
thing. See, the reason why it's different
Yeah,
is
what
because
up,
Kevin
Titan?
Hart's Kevin
What
Hart's
up, Titan?
situation
Long
was
time.
similar to Chappelle's situation. So it's not the same as a regular character that you're playing. I'm not saying I would do it either way, but Kevin Hart said he wouldn't do it, and then he did it. That's not the
Yeah.
same. Martin Lawrence never said he wouldn't do it. The guy who created his own character. But they're
Yeah,
giving him
Exactly.
they're trying to get him to do a character, which they did in the purple dress, and they try to get Chappelle to do it, and they didn't.
Yeah, you can't say one thing and do another. That was the thing that I didn't really like about the way Kevin Hart did that either.
You can't always get what you want.
How do you guys know what Jamie looks like?
So Jamie did say,
sorry.
he said, "Oh shit, I just looked up the Sublime dude." He said, "Not far off, I guess."
So
yeah,
do you
because
guys know what
I
Jamie
swear-
looks like for real? Because Jamie doesn't look like that, obviously.
No, we're talking about the guy in the chat. Our boy.
Well,
in the
that's
chat.
what I'm saying. The guy in the
Yeah,
chat, I
he
see him,
looks like the guy in.
but
saying-
that's a skull face.
No, but I'm just
Oh
saying.
yeah. That's the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. So do you know what Jamie looks like for real? Does
Yeah,
he look like
no,
this?
I've seen him one time because when he first appeared in our chat, he had tried to invite us, or not tried to. He invited us to come do a show over there on this other channel he was working with at the time. I don't know if he still works with them now, but and no disrespect to them, but it was, but it just so happened to be a channel that me and Huss used to rock with at one point or another. Legend has it. So we were just laughing, but then I wanted to check him out because the dude was cool. He was always respectful in the chat. He's very, very knowledgeable in that sense of from whenever we're talking about. He's not just some dude in the chat. He rocks with us. So I checked him out, but that was that one time. But so in my mind, I'm like, he's the lead singer of Sublime.
Gotcha. Feel ya.
You get to see it all happen. Like
Do the process line again, though. That's fucking go ahead.
Yeah, true, man. That makes sense, Alex.
No, you were my bad. I fucked you up right there. No, you was about to kill that point. I was just trying to say, make a joke there because you're like, if you watch this live, you get to see the process. Hold on, cut. Do that line again.
Well, but it's interesting because until you're a part of something that you would get credit. Like before it happens, you're just, oh yeah, those credits. You don't really think much about the credits. It's just names on the screen.
Yeah.
But when you get that credit and you're in the arena of what you're doing, music, acting, or whatever, then you realize the importance of what credits are.
We shot a music video
when you see them.
So look at this. So shout out to my man Rome, right? Rome, he was like a hip hopper dude. And I say hip hopper because I always made fun of him because he was like a serious, like lyrical dude. And he just rapped about life and shit. And he's really dope. And he was like a dude, he's from where I'm from, but he spent like a 6-7 year stretch in San Diego. And then when he came back, this is when I meet him now. Here's the guy, he's from where I'm from, but I'm meeting him in this point of life. And he's like this wearing flip flops like the winter. And I'm like, this guy. But anyways, and then I do the music that I do. And I make music with everybody and produce shit and whatnot. And I started working with dude. And I'm working with him because my manager at the time, this is his guy. You should work with my guy. Sure. And then make a long story longer, I'm shooting music videos and I got like a crew that rocks with me that's doing all my shit. So, and they're doing all my shit basically for free. You know what I'm saying? But I'm bringing them hella other clientele that's paying top dollar. So I pitch it to my man. Hey, listen, they got this song that me and you did. They like it. They want to do a music video. And he's like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. So we do the video, right? We go have a meeting or whatever, sit down and we're trying to kick ideas around so we can get a storyboard going for the next meeting. And my man, he has this idea. I want it to be like it's an earthquake. And me and Bogard, every time we walk, the fucking world shakes and this and that. And okay, that's cool. It's cool. Yeah. And I'm very easy. I'm like, yeah, let's do that. You mean I get to shake the world up? Okay, yeah, we're doing that, right? And then we leave. And then my man's texting me. He's, yeah, I love what your guy wants to do, but tell him we want to do a monster flick, right? Like something like monsters or like zombies, or I'm like, oh, we can do like zombies. He's like, yeah, pitch him with some zombies. And then my man's, so you mean I gotta pay for this shit? And then when it's their idea, I go, dog, let's do a monster. And for me, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm featured on the song. Like, let's do a fucking monster flick, bro. Fuck it. And so we end up doing it. And we'll pull it up at the end when we're in the bullshit time after. But it's like a little mini movie, but we run credits at the end because we had makeup artists, we had a whole cast of people that were involved. And at the end, they, you know what I'm saying, they thoroughly enjoyed having their name on that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
So because of the show Entourage, it's all about movies and the process of making movies, behind the scenes of movies, contracts, things like that. The guy, Billy Walsh, who was the director, who they kind of loosely based on Quentin Tarantino. And Peace Out Hearst, we'll see you next week. And he was when he made...
Hey, shout out to Hearst. Been showing up like 4 or 5 weeks now. I could think of
maybe even more than that. He's been around for a minute now.
Yeah, man. Shout out. I mean, to this joint specifically, though.
Yeah.
The Silver Screen Breakdown. Shout out.
Yeah. And so he makes a movie about Pablo Escobar and it flops. And everyone's walking out.
And then Narcos becomes an actual thing.
He's hella pissed. What the fuck are you idiots doing? Get down and sit down and show the people below the line some respect. Everybody stay for the credits. I'm like,
oh yeah, for real though.
Because it's good respect to stay through the credits.
A lot of people have echoed this sentiment, and I've heard it from numerous people myself personally, but it always resonates with me when I hear it from whoever it comes from. And I even pay this forward. And I'll do it right now. Listen, if you're ever coming up in whatever industry you're trying to come up in, bro, don't treat nobody like shit, because you never know. This motherfucker might be like a craft service guy, or they say you're a comedian, right? And then you're trying to come up, he's the doorman. But then now this doorman moves up. Now he's a booker for some way or another 10 years later. And he remembers how you used to shit on him. You used to get on stage and be like, look at this fucking doorman right here. You know what I mean? You just never know. You know
that reminds me of, I think I told Alex this, or told someone that I watched a podcast with Steve O from Jackass.
Yeah, Steve O. Yep.
Yeah, so when he saw
I love how he said it like it was separate. Steve O. Yeah, Steve O.
Oh, Steve O. Yeah, okay. I never heard of the guy. I know Johnny Knoxville. I heard of that guy, but I don't know the other guy.
Yeah, Steve O. Yes.
Yeah, Steve O. Steve O. Okay, I didn't know. So he said, so he met, he was a big Motley Crue fan. And then he was 13 when he went to the concert, but he wanted to meet them.
Oh,
before the show. I think I told you this, Alex, right?
I think so.
I saw this when he told his story on a couple. Go ahead, continue. This is a good
one. It's a beautiful story because
really good.
What he did, he looked up.
Call the hotline.
Yeah, he would look up the phone number to find out what hotel they stayed in.
Oh, that's what it was.
Called the manager of Motley Crue. And then he's 13 years old. He called the manager. I was just, yeah, I'm a big fan. I want to meet the guys. I want to meet Tommy Lee. And the guy said, man, this sounds like, and then the manager told Tommy, he said, yeah, there's some kid. He's like a rabid fan. He wants to meet you. Do you want to meet him? He said, yeah, sure. And then now they're friends. And then it's Steve-O, who he's like famous now too.
You know what's crazy too is because imagine if he shitted on that kid, bro.
Yeah. That's the same.
Tommy Lee was on Steve-O's podcast, when quarantine hits and they're talking about this whole story as well. And it's crazy just hearing it from each guy's perspective.
That's dope.
Yeah, I love hearing that story.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's true. So you have to be careful, especially in the business, in any business, but entertainment especially too, that you got to be good to as many people as you can be good to. You never know.
I don't know if I'm on mushrooms. I feel like I need to deliver a universal message, but we should just generally be good people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess it's easier said than done, right? For most.
Yeah, it is. I'm not. I'm not generally a good person, but it's not by nature. I was a good person, but it's because the world isn't, and I had to adapt. But at the same time, like when no one else has any, I hate when there's people in public. You clearly the road rage people really piss me off. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, man, like I understand you got to get to somewhere, but it's not the rest of the world's problem. It's not their fault why you're late. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And I always apply that to me in life because I be upset about shit, but at the same time, like, listen, you know what? Ain't none of this and I can't take this shit out on anything that had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Plus, I've always been cool. I always practice what I preach. So, man, I love seeing the youngsters that I had a hand in and them coming up somehow or another, or that contributed to it. Not even a hand in them coming up, but just someone that contributed to them early on, and then they'll never forget me because one, I'm not really a forgettable type. But at the same time, too, that I would genuinely help somebody just because they was dope. You know what I mean? Not because I was like, listen, he's so dope, we can get this out of him. You know what I mean? Or I think like the universe knows your intentions. You know what I'm saying? You could disguise it as much though, because karma is real.
Yeah,
Karma is real. I could help 1 million people out here on the streets and just give everyone $1 or something. I'm gonna spend this $1 million and I'm gonna give 1 million homeless people money because this is gonna make me look really good for the universe. They're gonna know that's my intentions, obviously. You know what I mean? You can't fake none of this shit. And if you're genuinely not a good person and you're not good at faking it, don't be out there just wrecking shop, man. You know what I mean? Don't ruin it for the rest of everybody.
Yeah, and that
Because you know what it is,
some guys
though.
are just happy like that too.
I'm not gonna lie to you. My girl, never the most supportive of my music when I was young. Because when I was young, we were throwing shows, we were doing shows, we were opening for big acts. We were
She didn't like it?
we were hella active, B. There's hella scattered ass all the time. You know what I mean? And we had an
Oh.
R&B artist too, and he was killing it. He actually like made like noise. You know what I
Who?
mean? I'm talking about me and my guys.
Oh, you and your guys, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like when we were young, we were hella active, doing hella shows. You know what I'm saying? My girl, she didn't like when we were young. I remember this one time she came to one of my shows. It was like a big show, and she had a halter top, but it said 50% fan. And everyone's just clowning me all night. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's all these scattered ass everywhere all the time. We were on some rapper shit. It was all about fucking with these hoes and getting this money and popping bottles. And then when you're young and ignorant, that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? That's why LL was the most happiest in that movie. Because that's what he was at the pinnacle. Yo, trying to always live the glory days. And then when you got the glory days, you start to get the ego. You're like, this is the status. You got to uphold the status quo now. You know what I mean? Michael Irvin, bro. Come on. He's coked out till this day, even though he's clean, allegedly. He's still forever coked out. He coked out, fucking all these hoes, balling the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, I remember him for sure.
Balling. You know what I mean? Like there's like these characters are loosely based on guys like him, for real. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fuck the Cowboys.
I was gonna say something. What was it?
Oh,
I don't remember.
Because I got my ranking.
What up, Antonio? We still here, bro.
Hey, that's not Antonio no more though. This is Friday night Antonio. That's why he said goodnight earlier to us. This is late night Antonio.
That's funny. Yeah, he went out and partied and made it back, and we're still.
That's what I'm saying. He's a whole nother guy. Hey,
let's smoke it up. And we're in bonus.
We're in bonus shit. But you get what I'm saying? No, this character is like a metaphor. He had the gall. First of all, this character is like a metaphor for Jamie Foxx's come up in life, right? But it's just the football analogy versus everything, the comedy and the acting and whatnot. But he is a real serious gig. Oliver Stone, Al Pacino, and it's a big scene, and he's telling this fool. Hold on, Mr. Al Pacino. Can you just give me the honor of just out of all due respect, you're the greatest. Just handling him. Just come over. Let me just tell you something. Listen, you need to talk to them like this. He's young in this field, and he's telling Pacino, "Hey, this is how the youngsters got to do it. You got to talk to them like we're youngsters, bro. You're like a father. You got to check us correctly." You know, yeah. Lead these guys correctly. And this was like because he said the first time he was doing the speeches, like the couple takes was just like he's doing it like he's Pacino. You know what I mean? He's man, you gotta be that guy. Like all these, and he was pulling from his football experiences. Like, all these guys, these coaches were like my dads. They're trying to guide me. Like they're trying to get me to greatness. Like you gotta be able to say something in a short period of time. It's a little window of a halftime. You better kick this into gear. Like okay, kid. You know what? He did one of those, slapped him on his cheek. Yeah, good. It's good. I like this kid. He's gonna go far.
Yeah, you sure? Yeah, you sure?
He's gonna go far.
Look at that.
Yeah, man. Pacino and Jamie Foxx in this movie is pretty ridiculous. Just the cast in general. This is an all-star cast in the 90s. And Oliver Stone just leading the
I'm
all.
time for another joint. I'm gonna roll one more.
What do you think about this, Nelson? Just all in all, just after. I know what your rating was. From the acting to the directing, were you surprised?
No, it's what I expected. Actually, it actually turned out better than what I expected.
Because you said you don't remember it at all, right?
I remember when it came out. I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it like after.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing though, right? It's the same
But
way.
I knew
Like,
it'd be good. Yeah.
sometimes I'll walk into the studio and I'll say, man, what is that, bro? They got something playing. Man, that's hard. I start spinning some shit. And I'm like, and I say, man, I've been playing you that beat before. I said, word, because it didn't hit me like that. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get to sit with it in the right moment. You know what I'm saying? Where it really hits me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why do you shake the torch? I think it's my version of blowing on the cartridge.
But okay, it's like what's funny is that's OCD. Like I have crazy OCD. It's like I always double, quadruple, triple check anything I was supposed to secure. It was my volume at. Like I just fixed the volume. I gotta check it again. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's just where I left it. Right. Hold on, let me make sure it's where I left it and where I like it. Yep, still there. You know what I mean? But I have to do it repeatedly, or else I just won't feel right. You know what I mean? I do that with every fucking door.
The flame seems like it's not coming out as powerful as it could. So maybe me shaking it up just makes it feel like it will.
It's funny too because Kid has known you since you guys were kids, so he's just watching you, like just fucking analyzing you. Like, why the fuck do you do that all the time, bro? Fucking weirdo! I've known you forever, bro. What the fuck is up with that? I just gotta ask.
And this is probably I don't even know how long I've had this actual torch. It's been years, so it probably needs to be like I probably just need a whole new one. Like
you should auction it off.
Ooh. How many dabs have been smoked with this torch?
I mean, by the hustler. How many thousands, bro? If that torch could talk,
it's seen some shit. That's for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know, there's like dope dealers, right? Listen, that torch done burned fucking metric tons.
So many dabs. I think I've had this one since 2016 or 17.
So instead of we're auctioning it off.
Kid has said sign it. Crispy said sign it. Crispy said sign it.
Let's go.
Oh man.
Ooh, wait till I get there in Vegas. Heat up a dab for me with it, and I'll sign it. The signature will be smaller in relation to yours, but then I'm telling you, it'll skyrocket the value.
It will, for sure. Now this is a real.
We can get a dab on it. Fuck it, let everybody in the fucking 420 crew hit a dab with that torch, and let them all fight for it to the death.
That's why you got it. That's why I like these ones. This is a legit. Get these at Home Depot, straight up welding tool. You get like an actual torch that's for the cigars or whatever. Those things do not last long. They break super easily.
I put weed in those things.
Mean, just any kind of torch that's like a small one that they sell.
Okay, the 10. Okay, I don't have 10 of them, but I probably have 10. But here's one I remember, and we're gonna call this the most ignorant dope dealer shit you've ever done. All right, this is a series we're just gonna randomly pop up and do.
Shut the hell up! I don't care. He said plumber's torch. It's propane. He said welders don't use propane. I don't give a fuck which one it is. You know what it is, okay?
Damn, he fact checked you, bro. Damn, kidder.
I didn't buy this for welding. I bought.
Hey, kidder should show up, even though he can't smoke right now or nothing like that, or indulge and whatnot. And as far as cannabis goes, he should still come out, bro.
Figure it out, kid.
Come on, kidder, you over here.
You don't work 7 days a week. Figure out how that weekend.
This is your childhood friend here. His name is Hustler. I've probably seen Alex. Let's give the governor name. Probably seen Alex more than he has in the last 2 years.
For sure, you have.
See?
And dang it, Jamie said, I wish I could make it to Vegas, y'all. Hopefully next year, but it's my son's birthday.
But listen, bro. Listen, bro. It's your son's birthday, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
You're doing the right thing. Hey, don't. What are we to say? Listen, bro. Just throw him a party earlier. Go on the weekend earlier and the weekend after. That's how you just
two parties.
I swear to God, he'll have a party while you're gone. He'll have 3 parties, bro.
I remember
we sound like saying that.
This is how
Shout out to Jamie. I have all your albums.
This is ridiculous how some people are. I remember
like the lead singer in Sublime, bro. I love his albums, bro.
My dad threw himself a 50th birthday party in August, but his birthday's in February. But August is way better for
Hey, look, hold on real quick. I gotta say
smart though. It's funny, but it's smart. But where does your dad live?
San Diego.
That's fucking warm. Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's warm all year round, isn't it?
Yeah, but not for the pool though. Water's cold, man.
How about this?
Also, people are vaginas in California. You know?
Going back to the Jamie thing, right? Because this is actually hella funny. Because when I was going on that rant about that other guy, right? That time that Jamie was like, "Hey, you guys should come through," and we're gonna, and I'm ranting because we're live. I'm me, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna just only speak facts. And I'm fortunate that I just remember everything. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'll tell it to the T that it'll shake other people's memory that was there. Like, oh yeah, I remember that. So it's like, because you were there for some of those instances.
Yep.
So when Jamie was like, "Damn, for real," and then Clock was watching at that time. So this is how I knew what Jamie looked like. Because Clock was like, "Who's that?" Because Clock is laughing because he was there with us before too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he was like, "Let me go check this Jamie guy out." Because for those that don't know, Clock is Special Forces. Like he's
Batman.
Active till this day. Army Special Forces active. This is what he does. Let me go see who this Jamie guy is. So like he had screen recorded a whole like 30 minutes. I was like, I watched 2 minutes of it. I'm like, dude's cool. Because he was like still the knowledgeable guy there.
Yeah.
You know, because I know that other guy over there that runs that joint, or I don't know if does he still do his thing?
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. You know, God bless them though.
Crispy's such a savage. He said, "Why not tell the sun next year?" Crispy, you're a fucking savage.
Hey, Crispy, he's our resident bad grandpa. You know what I mean? He's our actually, you know what? I don't want to dub him that.
But one thing that I do
he's an elder statesman. That sounds dignified.
One thing that I do say, I forget who actually coined this phrase, but it's like, don't act like you're gonna live forever. Eat your dessert first. Gotta make sure that you're doing things that are like super fun.
But that sounds like somebody that has zero plan though, and all desire. You know what I'm saying? See, because I used to be like that. I used to live fast, die young. That was my thing. That's how I realized, man, life is cool. You know what I'm saying? I want to be more calculated. I want to have a 5-year plan because then and because that was big to me. I used to move like I'm not gonna have 5 years, especially the way I partied and the way we banged and the way we lived, moving work.
Yeah, you're not a good example of what I'm talking about.
You're right.
You did.
No, but I am though, because I came out on the other side.
Nah, you were partying, you were living it up. You were like not
I was doing how you're
I'm
supposed to.
talking about the people who like live their entire life to live their life when they're retired type thing. Oh yeah, when I retire,
just work all their life,
do all this and this, and nothing's ever guaranteed. So might as well have your cake and eat it too, and might as well treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself.
I think, but those people have never got almost killed. Or maybe I'm generalizing, but
yeah, maybe not. Guys like Stu were in here, big tons. Almost, he said he didn't tell us until like recently. He almost died last year. That's why he wasn't in any of the drafts like last year. He was going through a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah,
you know, so it's crazy how like we've got multiple guys who are like cancers. Hess is a 2-time cancer survivor.
I know. Shout out to the Cannabis Guardian Angel.
Like we've heard some crazy
keep living, bro.
Yeah, we've heard some crazy stories about drivers and
yeah. So maybe that was a bad example for me to say that because I'm talking. Maybe let me specify it. Motherfuckers tried to kill me. So like, and the first time I was 17, no, I was 18. I come back, man. Motherfuckers didn't get me. I'm invincible. Fuck these motherfuckers. I'm on a vengeance tour. You feel me? Revenge tour. Really? You know what I mean? And I went on that for years. And then I had a kid. And then, and you know what I'm saying? And then somebody tries to threaten my life again. You know what I mean? and I almost got, you know what I'm saying? But and these are some hospital shit. I don't like going into the details of shit because I don't like talking about how I got like that before, but motherfuckers was slipping. And it's like that second time, though, I came back, okay, yeah, I'm not invincible, clearly. You know what I mean? And there's so many motherfuckers trying to get in the way of what I'm trying to do, including myself. And the moment I got out of my own way, it was on. Because I'm not gonna let nobody. I already wouldn't let nobody else get in my way. And it was
Yeah, so Marty didn't know that. He said, "Damn, shout out to Hess, what a boss." Yeah, if you search David Hess 420 Hustler or whatever, and it'll pop up. We did an interview. He was what, second or third episode that we did. Bogey was like on the first episode of Hanging with the 420 crew. I'm pretty sure.
For real?
Yeah, you and the other guy. You know?
Whose name we want? We don't want to say his name because he might try to be like,
Jamie said nobody watches
my
the other
name.
channel.
My name, bro. You owe me $3.
But
You can't play the Sonic. You can't play the Sonic countdown, bro. You're taking away my $1.75.
I told Hess that we need to get another interview with him, a new updated version, because so much has happened in these 2 years since he came on. And
yeah, I was about to lose my shit. I was like, I had a whole new pack of joints. What the fuck?
But yeah, Hess, two-time cancer.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm perfectly comfortable in my sexuality as a heterosexual man to tell another man that I love him. Hess, I love you, bro. You're the man, bro.
Yeah,
you're a fucking, you're
That's
a
good,
fucking
Bogey.
legend.
That's good.
The game he's gave me on the conversations I've been privy to have. That's why even just like from time to time, I don't talk to him like you do. You know what I'm saying? Especially after we went into the I'm actually privileged that he still talks to us, or at least to me in that chat, even because I know he texts you directly and whatnot. But you know what I'm saying? It's good because I want to know the updates. I want to make sure he's doing good because you know what I'm saying? Even the superheroes go through it, bro. You know what I mean? And he's gonna get out on the other side. It only gets better.
Yeah, and there's a Canada event that's going down this next week. Hopefully, he makes it out here and we're partying.
Give one of them big old bear hugs that Bogey can never do because I give like them little like newborn hugs. You know what I mean? You gotta get one of them big old bear. This hugs from Bogey.
That's funny.
Hey, working in Vegas in them crowds, and I was still paranoid off COVID, and I'm on shrooms and shit. I just walk behind Hussy because everyone just gets out of his way. Clear the path. You know what I'm saying? I never experienced that because I've never been like a large man as far as stature, but I've always been larger than life. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Vegas, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So we're gonna break down Vegas vacation when we're in Vegas.
You know, I want to give props to our man Nelly real quick.
Our list.
Hey Nelly, I've given you your flowers before, but I want to give you some props, man. I really appreciate you rocking this show with us because ultimately, the way me and Hustler are, we're like the old school bad stigma things to be a part, like associated with, especially on camera, because we're just some weed smoking motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just wanted to express that because, as metaphorically speaking, from this movie, you actually took us serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Marty, my brother, spoke really highly of you guys, so I trusted his word. Then we finally got connected a couple months later.
Oh,
yeah, Alex hit me up.
Actually told that story before. He's like,
yeah, it's kind of fun. I don't get back to him, but I didn't see it. I think it went into general or something. But yeah, no. And then you guys, I was stoked because like a few years back, I was thinking about doing some type of podcast. But I never thought about doing a movie review podcast. But I was gonna get into the.
It was right there under your nose, wasn't it?
Exactly.
That motherfucker makes movies. It's like, I want to do a podcast about like supernatural stuff.
Bro, I'm not even doing that. I was going to talk about men and women's dynamic relationships.
Oh, I like that. We can still do that, bro. We'll grant you. We say the word. You have a platform to have a show here and do that, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
What are we gonna?
No. Hear me out. I'm so serious. I'm so serious right now. This real sincere because the fantasy football community the stereotype is that it's a bunch of motherfuckers that just don't know how to talk to girls. You know, that's why like before I didn't get into fantasy early on when my boys were, when we were way younger, 15 years ago. It took me 10 years ago to get into it because like I used to think it was like nerds that can't get pussy and is what they do. And but maybe there is a percentage of that of just people that just in general that don't know. I'm saying that how it relates to our audience. There might be some motherfuckers that are like, hey man, I would love to have some advice how to talk to some women for someone that has grown and lived an entire life in the industry to be able to tell a fake woman from a real one. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. Bottom line, I would like
the motherfuckers that can't get pussy. They're just like, please tell me how to do it.
yeah. Bottom line, I like to see guys win and in that field, and not enough of us are winning. And it just seems like the what's the word? There's a bigger imbalance.
That would be a dope show. What would you call it?
Of the sexes? Because women, I make my own money. I don't need a man. Okay, you don't need a man. Then what are you gonna do? But I find that women predominantly look down on men, and it doesn't have to be like that. But men have to somehow gonna get men to think more highly of themselves and to take the control back. But it's hard to do what men did of decades past because men were more in control with them financially. Was that
the misogynistic perspective that kind of reigned?
The misogynistic isn't really, if anything, it's the opposite. It's misandry.
Nowadays.
Because you can,
I was talking about,
you can hate on men and then get away with it, but you can't say nothing bad about a woman or anything constructive.
So it's like sexist
criticism.
It's the reverse sexism. Like, remember in the 90s and the 80s, it was about like when it was about sexism, and because a lot of misogynistic as far as entertainment went, right? Like things that were like popularized. You had Foxx was on the rise because they had a hot young Christina Applegate, and she's the dumb ditzy blonde daughter of a.
Oh, that show was misogynistic. That's true.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What shows are misogynistic, but very show. I like that show too.
Me too. I love that show, but you know what it is too is because it was like the first like that, and even Roseanne. I would say these were actually more realer to middle class American white people versus you would have a Family Matters show that's about a black family, but it's like really unrealistic to what black families were going through in Chicago where the movie took place. You know what I mean? Or the series, I should say.
And Jamie, I don't know if Hess. He said I've been rocking with you guys since the playoffs last season.
Hess kind of took a little hiatus during that time. That's why. And he'll pop in and always say shit as if you weren't there to see it. And he would literally pop in like on screen with us. Yeah.
Yeah. But and what Jamie said, I just broke into the lesbian fantasy community following my content. He said we just made a Facebook group for football lesbians.
That's fun.
That's pretty tight.
Hey man, if there's a niche, go after it.
See, but I don't even want to look at it like that. I want to look at it like that no matter what your preferences or whatever is in life, that we can all like the same things. See, it should be a point to where it's, we just have this fantasy football group. It doesn't have to be like this lesbian group. You know what I mean?
See, a lot of these people who I'm meeting who get into these leagues, I don't know their sexual orientation. I don't know if they're married. I don't know if they have kids. We're not doing those kind of resumes when it comes to people like joining the leagues. I don't know. I guess we just never know. But Crispy said he's a lesbian.
He likes women?
I think Crispy just likes licking carpet is what it is. Yeah. And Marty said, how'd you get into that, Jamie? Yeah, very curious. How did you get into that? Oh, man. Let's see. And what movies do we got next? Oh, and Jamie said, what about Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? We definitely are going to have
about that one.
There'll be movies going on while we're there. We're definitely going to get a paid in full watch party. We can get a Fear and Loathing watch party. We're going to actually do the podcast on, what's it called? Vegas Vacation. Ooh, next week. We're going to jump into the Adam Sandler waters with the Water Boy.
I love my mama very much. Now you know that.
Are we doing that? Are we doing the Water Boy?
The Water Boy we're doing next. Yeah.
Oh, next week?
Next week.
I saw that in the theaters. I like Water Boy. I saw when it came out.
Okay.
Hey, let's go.
Was it 2003? No, 2002?
I want to show Nelly this video right now. If you could pull this up for me.
Yeah, the Water Boy was 98.
Oh, 98, okay.
Check this out. So back in 2010, really, we got our hands on these Canon Ds, bro. So this shit was like they were shooting series with these, like Breaking Bad and Walking Dead. This was and food, and before that, Foods in the Hood. That way, if you're a real boss D boy, you're shooting videos with the red camera. You know what I mean? You would rent that shit. Shit was like, because like to own one of those motherfuckers, the little red cameras was like 20 bands or whatever, or 30 bands, whatever. Right. So now here's these Canon Ds that are like affordable. They're like 5, 6, 7 bands. You know what I'm saying? You can get different lenses, and it's professional as fuck. And now we're here, we're shooting these videos, bro. And then one of the homies that used to buy weed off me all the time, youngster, right? Young white boy. Shout out to my man Jay Hill. He'd always buy weed off me, and he goes, "Hey man, I showed my brother your tape. He said he wants to shoot all your videos." I said, "Yeah, who's your brother?" He's like, "Oh, my brother Jeremy. He went to Mount Pleasant. That was like our rival high school." I was like, "Oh, word." And he was my age, but I never heard of him because he was just some young stoner kid or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But now we're grown, and he had just graduated from Full Sail, but for the videography side. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And so now he wants, for a resume, he wants to shoot my videos. But then, like I said, I start bringing in other clientele. So look at this video right here. Because now, mind you, it's 2 brothers. And the younger brother who didn't go to school, he started like picking up everything from the older brother. He bought his own camera, and he started like doing videos too. And he would learn hella shit. And then they would do videos together for us. And it's crazy because this is the last video they did together before they had they had stopped making videos or doing shit together as brothers, because it was like a sibling rivalry. We were on a set, wherever we're at, they would just be arguing about shit of ideas or shot angles, or because you have one brother, the older brother, who was all about the uniform way of doing things because he went to school for it. And here's the younger brother who learned a little couple things from his older brother who went to school, but now he's just doing it like, this is how I want to do it. And he has a super eye for it. But this video came out hella dope, but it was all in the editing where they bumped heads, because like they, you know what I'm saying, they had different, you could shoot a bunch of different shots, but you tell the story in the editing. If you wanted to like in post, you could be like, okay, and you'll take these things out or add these things. And there was a couple of different clips that they argued on, and the younger brother took the liberty. And then but it came out really dope. But when you guys watch it, you're gonna see the scene that I'm talking about, where it's like, why did they keep that?
Can you play it now?
Yeah, let's pull it up. It's
okay.
Just look up. You can look up Bogard Scot Free. Or you can look up Rome, ROME, featuring Bogard Scot Free. Dopacetic music. So like copacetic, but with a D, because that was my guy's like little label at the time. And we do this monster, quote unquote, because at the time, and it was funny too, because it was funny the arguments they were having. Like, okay, we settle on zombies. So what kind of zombies? Like Walking Dead? Those zombies are boring. They're slow. We can do 39 days or 28 days later or whatever the fuck. Yeah, those zombies were doing like parkour. Ooh, there it is. I know a guy who does parkour. Yeah, get him on the phone. So then we had like parkour zombies. Like it was like crazy. See, look at this, right? You got the band rocking. And then the drummer's gonna notice that he's bit for some reason. You don't need to show how
he's what?
Bit. He's bit, like bit. You know what I mean? See, look at that. You know what I'm saying?
Check on the bass. Wow. I like that.
Monster movie.
Night of the Living Dead.
On steroids, right? In the hood.
That's looking worse and worse.
I told you motherfuckers generation. A music is style looking loose, need a facelift. Dope aesthetic music in this bitch, yeah. 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 Dope. They can't stop me now, so salute me. I shine so bright, man, the sun trying to sue me. Lawyers don't run to my side, say I'm too cheap. Why? Cause I don't sport a Gucci. Why?
Draw inspiration, then I draw my plan. Now before I play the front line, I'ma take the back round. I can hit you with the punchlines, lay you flat out. I can't even write your fucking rhymes, put some cash down. I ain't trying to make a difference, I'm trying to get cashed out. Dope aesthetic so significant, you know we stand out. Me, I'm scot free, but most know me as Bogard. Catch my drip, fall apart like a house made out of quartz. Premium unleaded gas,
Oh, Scott's in
100,000
this,
miles
right?
strong. No sweat on the track, call that shit my morning jog. Ass Roman, y'all, this your only warning, y'all. I ain't never soft spoken, that's why I be going off. Play my part, I'm sharp as a katana. Bogard, scot free, I'm such a prima donna. I run it organized like Italian mobsters. Yeah, we on the rise, no pathetic fucking monsters.
Dope aesthetic music in this bitch today. Now I told you motherfuckers we don't piss the days away. We pave the way for the new generation. A music is style looking loose, need a facelift. Dope aesthetic music in this bitch, yeah. Dope
Young Bogey.
aesthetic music in this bitch, yeah. Dope aesthetic
featuring
music in
Bogey.
this bitch, yeah. Dope aesthetic music in this bitch, yeah.
Jermaine Bobby gigging on. Right here.
Oh, that's Bogard. I didn't know which one you were.
Oh, the one with going forward. That's the one. That was all the credit.
Pretty dope. But check us out. The brother, you know the scene where I stabbed the
That's
zombie?
cool, man. I didn't know that was you. I didn't know which one was you, man. I had to sign the credits.
You know, I'm an actor.
Oh, no, you were rapping. I saw you. It was featured Bogart, right?
Yeah. But it was,
Wow.
you know what sucks is it was the scenes that they cut out that made me mad, and the ones that they left in. Like they left in the phony stabbing one, and then the other brother that went to school for, he got really fucking upset about that. He's like, "Why would you upload it with that in there?" Because it looked hella phony when I run up and
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
yeah, because you know what I'm saying. He maybe when I run up, then cut it or something. Yeah, you could use that. But he's like, why? In his arguments, it was such a clean, because it's also like the look of things, right? Like you could have a dope shot, but it would suck if something's not in focus in that shot, or there's that aspect of it. And then people have different eyes for things, and they're brothers, so this sibling rivalry never let them work good together. You know what I mean? So it's like two guys editing this, and then one of the things that got cut out was like I was driving in this van. Because I know these homies, shout out to my homies, they run Bloomsters, right? So I could just get a van real quick, like one of them white vans. And I'm driving in a white van wearing the whole Blade Scott-free get up, right? And there's like wanted posters of me because I'm like a vigilante, like zombie slayer, right?
Yeah.
But it's like but they're not real. So it's like I'm just murdering people. It was what they think, so I'm wanted. And so when I just pop out of nowhere, pulling a sword out, there was supposed to be those scenes of me driving around, you know what I mean? Like where they cut to me driving around, or the wanted posters. So it would make sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember, and the older brother, he was mad about that. He's like, that was in the storyboard. And that's when it made sense. Not just he comes out of nowhere. And I remember him being really upset with me, like that, like my outfit, right? Like I have a legit bulletproof vest because I just had one. I got the legit shoddy because I had one. And I have a katana blade because I had one. And I have a trench coat because I just bought one for my dad. And he's like, you're wearing all this black, you have this whole getup. Why are you wearing brown shell toes, bro? He was really upset with that. He was like, it's an eyesore. I'm like, what the fuck?
I hope the plane's got Wi-Fi next week too, Antonio, so you can watch it. But if not, don't forget to check us out on the replay, whether it's podcast form or whether check it out.
All I have to do is make one phone call, and he has Wi-Fi anywhere he's at.
And Nelson, all right, when I started working on my editing, here's the first thing that I created, and I created a movie trailer. And I called it The Quarantine Ninja Warrior with Noble. He was
nice.
Check it out.
I'm about to light up for this one. This is gonna be tight.
World that's crumbling, where everything is falling apart, where nothing is working quite right. When all hope is lost, where does the world turn for help? One man. Dope miss the blockbuster hit with all the action, suspense, romance, shaky camera shots, and lens flares. When the world needs a hero, it turns to Team Restore, coming to a theater near you.
Man, that's tight. I'm gonna tell you something.
And we got to get our own version of the
Here's the credits. I love looking at credits, man.
I want to tell you something, bro. That is awesome from the son aspect, because when I was a kid, my pops, right, they always did karaoke. You know what I'm saying? They would get loaded and shit. You know what I'm saying? They was with the shit. They getting loaded, they sing karaoke. That's how they kick it.
Yeah.
And they would record their shit on
Yeah.
the tapes. And then my dad, My Way was one of his signatures where they would get on him. Oh, you better, I'll do My Way better than you. He's like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? And like, he would do My Way. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like when he know he killed, so he recorded this one, he killed it. And you could tell my dad was feeling it because he goes, hey, JJ, that was for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
He would always play that in the whip because that was like his on wax. This was his greatest, like, to him at the time.
Yeah.
And I swear, man, I'll be like, man, that's tight, bro. My dad got a song and he shouted me out. So I couldn't, like, when that video, when you show Noble, I bet you Noble's like, he's elated, right?
Oh yeah.
When I show my kids, I always be like just documenting shit on the IG stories. I gotta follow Nelly on my personal one too, because I haven't really been. I used to always like whore everything on my GMM, but I just been
You follow me on that on Instagram, right?
Mhm.
On Instagram, you follow me on that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying I want to follow you on like my personal one because that's where that one's funny. That's where you're just gonna see all just the everyday go abouts of Bogey in friends and family.
And here's one that I just showed him. So this was actually the first project that I did. All his dancing videos, I mocked it up and made it like a whole like Michael Jackson like video out of it.
Oh, Michael Jackson. I like that. Come on, Noble. Show us what you got.
I'm a big fan of like aesthetics and stuff, right? Like I always like when I started doing
good work, right?
Yeah, that shit was clean as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Because seeing it's a form of art, right? Like when you're editing something, this is how you're about to see it in your light. You're about to show the people when you show that video, people don't know the process that it took you, and you know what I'm saying, and timing the dancing to the beat and all the different. You know what I'm saying? People don't, they just see the end result. So they appreciate, we don't even necessarily need to appreciate what went into it. We just need to appreciate the end result. You know what I mean? And like
I don't even know how many hours it took to make that 1 minute and 45-second clip, but
right. And he said hours too. He didn't say hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
this is like the first video I ever did too, for sure.
So it's also about it's the learning curve, right? Learning how to navigate the program. How to work the inserts and the plugins and all the filters and put it on the timeline or whatever they call it, and you know what I'm saying, and chopping the frames. And how about this? So like when I started, these motherfuckers did my videos, right? And you know what I'm saying, I remember I'm a big fan of House Party, the movie, and it was like, yo, hey, we're about to throw a kegger, bro. You got a song, bro? Let's do like a house party. I said, hell yeah, guys! Literally the song I just did that day. It was a mixtape, but it was a classic that I just looped the beat. So like I chopped the beat to make it originally mine, an original, but it was still a sample. But what's funny is because that's how we used to move, you know what I mean? Because then when anything they wanted to do, I was with it because they was blessing me because they were the quality they was giving me was for the low, and these were like customers of mine type of shit. That like in true weed dealer fashion, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, they were cool, so they were my guys. But they could cop, we're gonna smoke, we're gonna match, you know what I mean? Those are those guys, right? So check this out. I love that because once I started bringing them up clientele, it'd be like they're getting paid $1,200, $1,500 to do a video, and all these motherfuckers want to do is stand in front of the liquor store that they rock, you know what I mean? In their hood. You know what I'm saying? And then so I said, man, I don't want to do none of that shit. I wanted to do like visual like things, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to like push the limits to what we could do And I say push the limits to what we could do is like to the capacity of what they knew of the programs and this and that. Cause I didn't know what, you know what I'm saying? But I said, hey, I like this movie Sin City. And I also like that movie Pleasantville. I said, I want to do some black and white shit where only certain things are like highlighted in color. Cause that's how some of my dreams be. You know what I'm saying? I'm at this time I'm doing a lot of DMT and shit like that. So watch, pull up this video. It's called The View is Sick. Right? And it's a Coldplay sample, but the video before it was funny is because we had this video in the can for a while. Then we do that weed song video, and I said, there it is. So in the weed song video, at the end, I'm so high, I'm passed out on the couch, and it goes into this dream sequence video. You know what I'm saying? Which is this video.
Here we go, and this will be the last thing we do, and then we'll wrap this all up. And any given Sunday in the can.
Yeah, I love the bonus shit, man.
Here we go.
Hey, wake up.
Oh.
Right? This ain't wake his ass up. He's asleep. Oh, you can't do it?
Up and over
This is my
production.
story, let me clue you in. I had a vivid vision of what my future is. And in my premonition, I was rolling shit. With an iron fist, I look good doing it. We were still heavy in the streets, moving shit. But the money turned legit off the music tip. Dropped the #1 hit, Bogard blew it quick. Damn near overnight, you know it's time to do it big. Hit the mainstream, fame seemed new to them. This one shit changed everything out to my head. Now everybody and their mama wish they knew the kid. Haters hate behind my back, but in my face say you the shit. No more jogging now, I run it like a fugitive. Party hard like I'm going in to do a bid. No biz like showbiz, man, I'm doing it. I heard it's lonely at the top, but the view is sick.
It's a fucking dream. So it's like I wanted everything to be random. It's literally like dreams I be having. I'm flying. I'm fucking flying. I'm just dancing in like random fields. You know what I mean?
This is my story if you're tuning in. I had a vivid vision of what my future is. Bogard, McFly on some Back to the Future shit. Used to be a young buck running with the hooligans. Now I'm in the limelight, my life's like a movie script. Bogard a star, kids wanna be cool as him. Even these swagger jacking rappers in the music biz. Labels trying to copy, making duplicates. I found it humorous, they feeding my ego. My head is stupid big, they can scrutinize, but by this time I was used to it. Making
That's Bogard, huh?
Oh,
Oh,
I think I'm losing it. Going as far as I can throw
now,
so
now
I'm
my ego getting crazy.
Off my plate.
And now these motherfuckers that was around me, they gotta go.
Biz like showbiz, the truth
You know
of
what I
it.
mean?
They told me that it's
And
lonely
they see how
at
they
the
all
top,
just
but the
appear
view
right
is
there?
sick.
All of a sudden, I'm at the table with the samurai sword. Now I'm alone in the darkness. Because that's the business. The whole song is a metaphor of the business. You know what I mean? You become someone you don't want to be if you let it get to you, and you write off everyone that matters. Lonely at the top of the view is sick.
This is my story if you're tuning in. I had a vivid vision of what my future is. And in my premonition, I was rolling shit. With an iron fist, I look good doing it. Sitting on my pedestal, strings I was pulling them. Industry working with me incidentally, cause I'm lucrative. Scot-free, single-handedly executing it. Had some top hat aristocrats, I'm in cahoots with them. Got no more real friends, cause I excluded them. Don't trust anyone's a thought that run through my head. Took a look in the mirror, and I don't know who it is. This is what the fame made me, I'm just some stupid trend. If I had a chance to go back and redo this shit, I probably wouldn't sell my soul just to prove this shit. There's no biz, showbiz, the truth of it really is lonely at the top, but the view is sick.
I let it see right here. When I'm dancing in the field, I'm in a fucking field because that is what it is, bro. You really running with the field mice. When you're in the industry, you running with the field mice. Don't think that you really got to separate yourself to become something. And that's why the video was a dream. It's a dream of like, and if you listen to the lyrics, it's a story. It's a story, you know what I'm saying, of a motherfucker coming up. And then
I didn't watch The Walking Dead, but Crispy said I haven't been allowed to watch a zombie series with the family ever since I laughed when Glenn died.
because you know what's dope? I was a fan of the comic. And what's sad about it,
When-
because
That's fu-
the Walking Dead comic was so fucking good. I'm talking about you turn a page and you're like, this is crazy writing, and it's a comic. So when they did the TV iteration of it, they couldn't steer away from that. And it just so happens in this world, in this community, he was the one Asian guy. So in the climate of America at the time, back in 2016, it was when they were in the series at that part of the comic, you know what I'm saying? Because it's an infamous scene. You could probably even pull it up. Walking Dead, Negan.
Now
Like-
we won't do
Okay,
that.
we're out of here, yeah.
Yeah.
But they kill the one, they smash his head, and then the America gets outraged because he's the one Asian guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like in the comics, it's like his character was so pivotal to die because his wife, her character development, she doesn't become the savage beast boss bitch she becomes without them destroying the fuck out of her young love in front of her by beating him down with a fucking bat wrapped in barbed wire on a bad game of Eeny, Miny, Mo. You know what I mean? Eeny, Miny, Mo, and it landed on him. All right, line him up.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So
I mean-
where'd you shoot that video?
So there's a creek. Oh, that one? The last one?
Yeah.
The last one, what's dope is we shot it in the hood. But I'm from San Jose, California, where before in the 80s, it was like developments and stuff. But before, like when I was growing up in the 90s, it was still vineyards and stuff. And so this is one of those surviving vineyards, and people just go up there and they get high because there's like a road back there, and people used to drag race because it's like a miles of which is one straightaway road. But then they put big speed bumps there. You know what I'm saying? So no one could race there, but people would still kick it there and get high. So there's one house over there, and they don't give a fuck about no one. And there's like cameras there too. But we just been there forever. I have a theory those cameras is fake because they've been there for like 20 years. They're like the big box joints. I'm like, man, ain't nobody watching shit. So and so all the scenes where like I'm flying, I'm like while we're shooting it, I'm standing in the back of a bed of a truck. We actually have joints. I'll send you links, like, because I used to do the Bogey show where it's all the behind the scenes shit while we're shooting these videos. You know what I mean? Just the extra shit that we always had because we just turned everything into content. You know,
Did you
this is
shoot
like
that in 2016?
no, that last one
Yeah.
was those videos I was showing you were
Oh, it's early.
2011.
Yeah, I saw a couple of your videos from 2011.
Yeah,
actually.
I have some. Yeah, the ones we were showing, those are from then. So my other
Get that
I have-
baby face, man, in those
Yeah,
videos.
I think the last video I shot was 2019 because it comes to a point too, like we was really getting it. I still like during that time I was having fun because it was like a rebellious time for me. I'm real cocky. I'm moving a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really trying to push this music. I got multiple studios, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to do. And I'm a character as fuck. So it was like, and everybody loves me, bro. And the ability to get anything off the ground was really like it was inherent in me. You know what I'm saying? So we just do it to the point where, man, keep the cameras rolling, bro. You know what I mean? I'll send you links. It's hilarious. I got hilarious shit to the point that like egos even got in the way. Like they came to a point where, like, man, I can't just follow you around anymore, bro. Like we're just filming shit. I'm like, I never asked you to. You asked me. I brought you thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of dollars of different motherfuckers wanting you to do the videos and shit. It was easy money. But you know what it really was too is because one time they got robbed. It was something I told too. I said, man, you shouldn't have booked them for a video. I told them I advised against it and it wasn't like that I didn't fuck with those people. It was just the fact that they were about to go into another city and be like a pair of white boys with like heavy equipment and you know what I'm saying, and shooting their hood in Frisco or Richmond, to be specific, Richmond, Cali. You know what I'm saying? That's South City, right? They call it the Nolia. It's because motherfuckers are shooting. And they got robbed out there. There was no video that was shot. You know what I mean? And then after that, it was like, it was one of those things I try to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I bring you want to come into my world. It's a different world, bro. You know what I mean? Let alone like you're going to go into someone else's world. I don't know that world. Don't go into their world. I know them. I don't know their world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Picture shit. This ain't a dream, we really live this shit. Don't intervene, yo, we with this shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.